Interracial marriage was made legal in 1967 in the Lovin v. Virginia Supreme Court case. As time moved on, interracial relationships have continued to grow. Although it is growing, there are still people against it. In the next couple of minutes, we will look at what a couple of college students would have to say, as well as examine two people's stories of their interracial relationship. Take a look.
I think that people should have the right to date whoever they would like to, whoever they love, whoever they find themselves attracted to. I think that we're fortunate to live in a modern, enlightened society in which things like race or even things like gender don't obstruct people from being able to pursue meaningful relationships.
I don't see the difference between people who date of the same race and people who want to date outside their race. To me, it just depends on the person itself, not their race.
I feel like we close ourselves off whenever we date within our race. You never know who you're going to fall in love with. All you know is love. Love is blind, so why should we worry about color?
I actually applaud people who are in interracial marriages because I feel like there's no set limit or boundary as to who you should be with.
I think the interracial couples should go out and marry and have a relationship with whoever they want. They choose who they want to date, who they want to build the relationship with, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Some of my friends were like, oh, that's so exciting, that's so cool, and then some of them were like, oh, like my mom would never let me date someone from there. But throughout the years, I've learned a lot. It's definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things and made me more aware of different cultures and the people that surrounded me. I think at first they were very surprised, like when they saw me like walk through the door. I still remember they were like, is he serious? And I remember them telling me, oh, like he showed your picture on Facebook, and they were like, where did you find this girl? I get some dirty looks, or like you just know like they're like negative looks, like we'll be holding hands or showing affection to one another or something, and it's just like it's really like awkward for me because it's like you don't even know me, like you can't judge me just because like I'm with someone else. Like that doesn't make me like a bad person. It doesn't really affect my relationship with him. I just let it go and they're not important to me. I would say to go for it. However, it is a little more work in the beginning because it certainly was for me, but you learn so much and you just have to be really open now, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
We started talking and like it became like a daily basis. I guess from what I was told, she left my picture up on her computer or whatever, and her mom, she's talking to her mom about me, and like I came off as a good dude, but then she saw my picture. And that's when it all went downhill. I'll only see her on their time, you know what I mean? Like if they were working, that's when I got to see her. If she was like out running errands, that's when I got to see her. So it really kind of sucked. It's kinda, but it was still fun. When you see so much more, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not trying to be deep and all, but like you see a lot more. Like you're introduced to a different culture. That's really basically what it is. It's just like experiencing something new. Like, you don't want to have peanut butter and jelly 365 days of the year. Now you want turkey sometime. I mean. I figured if it's not you yourself in that relationship, then don't fucking touch it. Like, if they're happy, leave them alone. If you don't want to be a part of it, keep it moving.
Society has become more accepting, I see. And I see that, I see many mixed marriages more than ever versus back in the 1970s or 80s or what have you. I am a little, older.
I think it's still an issue. I don't think, racism or, just prejudice in general has been completely done away with, and I don't think it's going to be done away with, anytime soon.
Overall, it's becoming more accepting. I mean, we live in a very diverse country. We live in a very diverse world. So certainly in many parts of the world, it's different. But at least I think here in the United States and many parts of Europe, you are starting to see a very noticeable trend toward a much more accepting and embracing of these types of relationships.
We should be in a time now where we're accepting of other people, other cultures, and a lot of people don't want to stray away from that. And it just really gets ridiculous at some point.
I feel like as our generation gets older, we're bringing about a change, and it's a good thing. It's a really good thing.
Get over what the past is and get a grip on reality and face the changes that have come in the country and in the world.
You can't judge a person by their race entirely. Everybody is different. There's good and bad in every race. Not all one race is good and not all one race is bad. And personally speaking, I think if we all gave each other a chance, more people would be happy instead of sticking to the familiar, sticking to what's known.
If those feelings are for one another, I say you go for it. It shouldn't matter the color of your skin as to who you love.
People in interracial relationships deserve to love who they like. Hopefully, interracial relationships will no longer be a problem in society.